walking in. Oh shoot. As you guys see, I always wear my purple painting pants. We got some people over buying some fish today, but they brought their little pig with them, little piglet. Look how cute he is. What's up, buddy? Are you doing okay? What is poppin', fish keepers, shrimp keepers, 10-gallon fish tank fanatics? Welcome back. Today we are building the Betta rack, which we are going to be calling Betta Bungalow. Got me every time. Betta Bungalows, right? So we're going to have 5.5 gallon tanks on this rack. And I've never done a rack that's made out of wood before, so you guys are going to see the journey, see the process. We started building this during the 24-hour fish room challenge, and we are going to be finishing off over the next couple days. So step one is framing it out. Then we are going to be using 1/2-inch plywood to top it off and make it look pretty. And then we will spray paint everything the black color, because as you guys know, I do black in my fish room just so it's a little more aesthetic. But as you can see, we're going to be hiding the cash wraps so you can't see through, and that's going to create an extra 5 more tanks for betta fish. And here you go, you can kind of see what we're doing. So we did a frame. We are going to be doing 3 things of rock in between here, different for aquascaping. And then I'm going to do 1 more row. So we got this front row, the back row, and we're going to do 1 more row down the middle to make sure it's nice and secure. And then we got the whole backdrop built back there, and we're going to be using the cloth just like I've done on the other racks. We're going to use this cloth that you can get from Walmart to create a black backdrop. That way it looks nice and clean. And then the 5-gallon tanks are going to go right up on top. This is an old 5.5 gallon tank that I'm actually going to be getting rid of because I'm going to get all brand new tanks for this rack. But you can kind of see here, this is what it's going to look like. And then there's going to be 1 more support down the middle here. All right, guys, I just wanted to take a second to show you that this supports all the weight that I need to have. So 5.5 gallon tanks weighs about 230 pounds. Without the extra support even on here yet, it's supporting my body weight, which I am 240 pounds myself. Also, I wanted to take a second and thank all of you guys watching this video. You guys are the reason we are able to build this rack, as all the funds that I'm using to build this rack is actually coming from YouTube. So all the super chats, all the ad revenue, all the memberships, all that is going to fund this rack completely. I'm not using any of my own money or any of the money I make from selling fish, shrimp, and plants. I'm using only YouTube money to pay for this whole rack build that you're watching right now. So I just want to say thank you. If you're watching this, you're part of the reason this rack is being able to be built. And this is the first rack that I'm building using YouTube funds. So this is kind of a cool moment for me, realizing the power of YouTube. When I started YouTube about a year ago, I dreamed of being able to fund builds and projects that I wanted to do from the ad revenue and from the memberships and from super chats, and it's actually happening. So thank you guys for watching this video. Let's continue the build. Oh, ow. We are headed to Petco to go pick up the 5.5 gallon tanks. I was trying to order all 5 and actually buy out Petco of all their tanks, because that's what I do whenever I do these builds. However, they canceled 1 of my tanks and they're only giving me 4. So we've officially bought every tank we possibly can at Petco. So we're gonna pick those up. And thinking it over a little bit more, I'm just going to clean up my old 5.5 gallon Aquarium tank and we'll just use it on the build. It'll be totally fine. So we will get over there, pick those tanks up, and then head on our way back. So I will see you guys at Petco. Just stopped in here at PetSmart and picked up the tanks. They only had 4. I ordered 5 because I wanted all 5 brand new. However, they didn't have them. So got the 4, and then we're just going to reuse. I had an old Aquarium tank we're going to reuse. So I'm going to reuse that for the build. So let's head home and finish off the rack. We have officially cut all the wood to the size that we need. Now the final step is painting everything black, which we got some black spray paint down here that we're going to be testing out and using. So hopefully that goes well. But as you can see, we got the plywood, 1/2-inch plywood going across the middle, and then we got it coming up the sides to kind of give it a little standoffish, like cash wrap look. Let me put the tanks on there so you can see how it's going to look. And here you can see all the tanks are on here. There'll be 1 more tank right over here on the end. That'll be our older tank that we're going to be using, but everything's going to be painted black except for the very front of each tank. And then I think we're gonna go instead, we always use like dark substrate on all the tanks. I think this one we're gonna use gravel because we always have used we've used different types of substrate on each rack build. So the first one we use Fluval Stratum. The second one we use cheap black blasting sand from the Tractor Supply. And then this one I think we're gonna use pea gravel from Lowe's. That way we have 3 different options and you guys can see the different types of substrate that can be used.
Yeah. It's substance fading, the sound of bubbling water, like a taco.
We now have the rack, the Betta rack, fully built and painted. As you can see here, it fits 5.5 gallon tanks. It holds 3 different types of rock, aquascaping rock at the bottom for us. And then back here, we got enough space where we're gonna attach on the backdrop, just like we did over here on these racks. All my racks, I do this little like cloth from Walmart, super cheap, and it's a little backdrop. So if you look on the tanks here, it just creates a nice background where you can't see through and see all the cords. So we're gonna do that same thing on this rack. So really all we need to do now is we need to go pick up our gravel. We are going to go head over to Music City Aquatics and pick up 5 Aquarium Co-op sponge filters, 2 dual outlet air pumps, some check valves, and some Ziz adjuster knobs. And then we will just need to get the lights, and we have a collab on this Betta rack build where we're going to be putting in more pothos, kind of like you see over here. I like to do pothos in my tanks to help filter the tanks. You guys can see it on my rack here. Well, we're actually going to be getting sent out here very soon these little pothos plant holders that are going to hang on right on the back of these tanks, and we can grow pothos out of it. And I'm going to show you guys those, let you guys know how I like it, and then also include a discount code for you. If I do like it, include a discount code for you so you guys can buy them as well. So that is pretty much what we have going on with the Betta rack. Let's go pick up the rest of the supplies we need for this that we can at least get today. So let's hop in the Challenger and head over to Music City. Just arrived to Music City Aquatics. Whenever I can, I like to support the local fish stores. Yes, we can buy stuff online, but if there's a local fish store that you believe in and you love the owners, you like the quality of fish they bring, go support them. Help keep the doors open because we need more local stores open rather than everything just being bought on Amazon. So let's go in there. I already called them. I know they have what I need. So we're gonna go grab it and we will head back to the fish room. All right, bag secured, Aquarium Co-op sponge filters, air pumps, and some check valves. We have started the process of painting the tanks. Normally I do about 4 coats. I've already done 2 coats on these tanks. As you can kind of see here, when you're painting, there's gonna be spots that you can see through. So you gotta do a couple coats to make it nice and solid black. So we've done 2 coats on here already. We'll do another 2 to 3 more, but so far so good. Really, it's pretty simple. All you need is a paint roller, some black paint, which I just use the same regular house paint. I'll show you here real quick if you guys want to do it as well. But I've just been using this paint right here. It's a little messed up, but get it from Lowe's, and it's the same paint I use on all the walls in here. Same paint I use for the rack. And I just paint the outsides. I do 3 sides. I leave the front open. There's a couple reasons I do it. Reason number 1, I like the black because it helps hide the algae. And it also hides all the cords. So all the cords that go behind it you can't see, which makes your setup look a lot cleaner and better. And then I don't mind algae on the sides. I just don't want it on the front. So when customers come in, I don't care if there's algae on all the black parts of the glass, but just the front where we want to look in, that is where I don't want algae. So just makes your setup, really elevates your setup. Like it'll take your setup to that whole next level and make it look way, way, way better. So definitely recommend painting your tanks black if you can. Makes maintenance easier. And then it also just makes it look way better on camera and in person. So we did 2 rolls. We're gonna let it dry. Then we're gonna refill this, do 2 more at least. And the other thing we did get is a paintbrush because we're gonna need to use this on all the edges. So if you look, you can kind of see at the bottom down here, the edges don't always get paint super well. So we're gonna use this to cover the edges, and we'll do like 2 probably at least 1 to 2 coats with this paintbrush when I get back. So it's early in the morning, I gotta go work. So when I get back, this stuff will be dried. We'll do another 2 coats, then we'll go work out. And then we will be ready to go. We will have everything we need to finish this build. So very excited.
Steady beat build up. Let's build something beautiful tonight. Started with a vision and a space to fill. 5 tanks ready, yeah, I got that thrill. Stacked them neat, made the framework tight. Every seal clean, every edge just right. Dust on my hands, but my heart's on fire. Every inch closer to what I desire. Filters on that perfect tone. Feels like I'm never.
All right. We have now finished painting the tanks. As you guys see, I always wear my purple painting pants when it's time to paint some tanks black. But we got them all done, and now we got everything lined up to actually go ahead and set these tanks up. So there's a couple things we're gonna be doing on this build. Number one, we are going to be using some cheap substrate. So I'm going with this pea gravel that you can get for like $6 at Lowe's. We just have to go rinse it off real quick before we use it. So that's gonna be great. And then we're gonna be using, let me get you up close real quick. Off the stand, up close look, you can see all the tanks are painted black on all sides so the betta fish can't see each other and stress each other out. So these are 5.5 gallon tanks with a custom rack that I built, and then we got our aquascaping rock down below. But let's get into this build. You guys can see that we have power strips for all the lights and heaters we're gonna need. You guys know I love Aquarium Co-op sponge filters. I use them in all my tanks. So we picked those up from Music City Aquatics the other day, along with the battery backup air pump. So if something happens, they will still be working even without power for a little while, which is great. Check valves, all that is right there as well. We do also have the Hygger Apex aquarium lights. So I was actually planning, before they even sent me one of those out for free, I was planning on using some sort of hang on back light, and most likely I was going to go with Hygger because I use them a lot on, you know, my pond build, my rack over here. Those are Aquarium Co-op lights. So I have them on a lot of different racks, but they did send me out one of these ones, these Apex aquarium lights for free, which is cool. And I'll be doing a review and let you guys know what I think about it. But you're going to also get to see them, how they look on this whole betta rack right here. We also have the Hygger submersible lights. They sent me one out for free, and then I bought one, and we're going to be using it as mood lighting inside the tanks. And then finally, you can see these like little plant holders. These are pretty cool, 3D printed plant holders that hang right here on the tank, and you can put pothos or whatever type of outdoor, you know, house plants you want to grow out of your fish tanks in these. Green Fish Garden sent me these out. They have an Etsy account, and so they sent me 5 of these for free, and I'll be including a discount code for all of you guys. So if you like them, you see how I utilize them in the tanks. I'll give you my honest thoughts and opinions on them. If you like them, you can go in the description down below, and you can get yourself some of these for pretty cheap as well. These are about $8, I believe, and then the lights from Hygger are about $29-30 bucks. And once again, Hygger will have a link in the description down below for you guys to save you 10%. So let's get to building this. The final thing is we got some aquascaping rocks, some aquarium rock, and we're going to use each one of the rocks inside the tanks to create a cool little unique look, and it'll also display the types of rocks in case anyone wants to buy anyone. Buy some, they'll get to see how I'm using it.
Colors waiting in the dark to shine. 7 lights ready to redefine. From calm to chaos, blue to red. This is the dream I've always bred. This is my Betta Bungalow build. Oh yeah, 5 tanks deep. Every light's got flair. Watch the colors dance. See the water still living art in motion. Betta Bungalow, Betta Bungalow build. Betta Bungalow build. Betta Bungalow build.
Here we have it. We got the submersible lights in each of these tanks. We're gonna have the sponge filters in the corners. You guys will see me do it here soon, but this is gonna create a mood lighting effect, which will be pretty unique. All right, we wanna put the gravel in next. So I gotta go rinse the gravel out in a bucket. Like I said, we're using, Sonny boy, say hey, what's up? Hi, buddy, yeah. But we're using pea gravel from Lowe's, $6 for the whole bag, and it will fill every single one of these tanks.
Yeah. Plants in place, I'm setting the stage. Nature framed in a glass-made cage. Anubias moss and driftwood art. Every scape built straight from the heart. Reflections glow off acrylic lines. The rainbow hums as the water shines. Each better flares in the colored light. 7 hues burning through the night. Feel that that spark when the lights all blend. Every tank tells a story again, from still to shimmer, from calm to wild. Every better's world is.
Gravel is now in every single one of the tanks with the lights submerged in there. Next, we're going to use some aquascaping rock, and we're going to set the aquascaping rock up to kind of hide the lights so that we can create the background effect without you seeing the light in the tank. So we're going to do that next here, and then we'll put the sponge filters in after that.
It's the Betta Bungalow build. Yeah, let's go. 5 tanks glowing in a perfect row. Color popping every fit. Stand still. Proud of this. The Betta Bungalow build. The Betta Bungalow build. The Betta Bungalow build. Betta Bungalow build.
You can see we have the rock in there now hiding the light, and then when it's dark out we can turn the light on and create a mood effect behind the different types of rock. So over here on the left we have the Smoky Mountain Stone, CEI or SEIRYU, Saru, I don't even know how to say it, the Rocky Mountain Stone. Then we got the Crema Pagoda rock in this one. We got the Dragon Stone in this one. Then we got the Elephant Skin Stone in here, and then this one is the Redwood Petrified Stone that we have over there. So there you have it, all set up, and we're gonna add plants in here eventually. For now, we're mainly just gonna be doing the rock lights and get everything going, but we will be adding some plants in there as well, and it's gonna look really, really cool. Next, what I'm gonna go ahead and do, thanks to Green Fish Garden, they sent me out these little plant holders. They're 3D printed, they're like about $8, and they're hooking you up with a 15% off your order. So the link for these will be in the description down below, and I'll be doing a full review on them here in the near future. But as you can see, they just hang on right here on the back. So we're gonna be attaching, we have 5 of them. We're gonna attach all 5 onto the rack here for the Betta Bungalows, and then I'm gonna grab some pothos out, and we're going to be putting pothos in each one of these tanks. So check that out. And there you have it. You can see the 3D printed little plant holders here. We're going to be putting pothos in them. But just want to say a huge thank you to Greenfish Garden. They're one of the sponsors of this rack. They are a local Etsy business that you can go check out. And they have a bunch of different 3D printed things for aquariums. Really cool little business. Love it. Love their stuff. It's crazy because I've been wanting some of this stuff for my tanks, and I've actually been planning on buying these little plant holders, and I just got hit up by them and said, hey, would you be interested in testing our stuff out? Give your viewers the honest opinion. We don't want you to like talk super good about it unless you truly believe that's the case. We just want you to be honest with them. I said absolutely. So it was perfect timing because I've been wanting some of those. So thank you, Greenfish Garden. We're going to be testing these out. So far, like I said, just from seeing them, I do really like them. They're very durable feeling, 3D printed, nice little holes so water flow can go through, and should work perfect for pothos on this rack. And it's the perfect size for a 5-gallon tank or even a 10-gallon tank. So this little sign will go down here. We'll attach it on as they're one of the sponsors of the rack. So thank you also to Hygger for sending us out the submersible lights for this build, and then also one of these Hygger Apex aquarium lights that's going to go on top. So thank you to both of them for helping make this build possible. And then finally, just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you. You guys, from just watching the videos or being members, are paying for this build, as this is coming fully from YouTube and sponsors. So thank you guys.
Camera pans the tanks, bubbles rise, fish flare, lights shimmer, ambient who's and now. 7 lights, 5 dreams, 1 soul. Plug it in, let the current flow.
Got the sponge filters by Aquarium Co-op all set. Now I'm going to be using this massive thing of black airline tubing that I got from Aquarium Co-op back in the day when I started this fish room, and it still lasts me now, which is pretty cool. So we're going to be using these air pumps. These are battery backup. So a couple things, if you guys didn't know, I set this whole room up on a dual mini split, so everything's cooled and heated by a dual mini split, thanks to my neighbor who installed it for me. So that runs the whole power, cooling, AC, heat of the room. And then when it comes to filtration, I always use sponge filters by Aquarium Co-op with their battery backup air pumps. So if, like, let's say the power goes out, these things will still run for a good anywhere from 30 to 48 hours without needing any electricity. So when you're running a fish room this size, you're breeding for profit, and you have thousands of dollars of fish in your fish room, you want a couple backup plans in fail safes. So if power goes out, these guys will kick in, so the filtration keeps going. And then obviously if my dual mini split, or power goes out and we lose the dual mini split, then that's where you want a generator to kick in and heat and cool the room, so that you're not completely without any sort of temperature control. So that's what we have going on. If you haven't watched a video on how to set up a sponge filter, it's super simple. I actually have a video on it. I'll attach the link in the description below, or go check out my channel where I have a lot of helpful tips, tricks on how to set stuff up like this. But if you're a regular, which a lot of you guys are, we're a small channel, which is awesome. We're about 2,000 subscribers, and we have a really cool, dedicated fan base. I've met a lot of you guys, so really appreciate it. The fact that this small channel is like so engaging, lots of comments, a lot of fun in this whole like YouTube world is pretty cool. And I actually love the fact how small we are right now, because it's just a nice, tight-knit community. So it makes it a lot of fun. But we're gonna go ahead and get this set up. I'll run some B-roll, and then we'll come back once it's all set up and ready to go, and then we will be installing these Hygger lights next.
Watch the life as I start to grow. Colors mix like a neon spill. That's the magic, that's the skill.
Sponge filters are in and all wired up, so you can see the black airline tubing. This nice thing about the Aquarium Co-op one is it's really like malleable. It's like really soft, but it attaches into the sponge filter right there, and then it feeds up back through here. And then if we come around behind here, you can see this is, I wired up, and these are a little janky right now. We're gonna make it a little bit better later, because eventually we're gonna like close in this part of the cash wrap so you can't see through, and I'll attach them to the wood. But for now, this is what we're working with. So a little bit janky, but they come down through here. You got the check valves to prevent water backflow and draining out of the tank. We got adjuster knobs so we can adjust the level of water flow. And then we got the battery backup air pumps. And then we have the lights attached here. So next, we're gonna be putting these lights on the tank.
Betta Bungalow build, take it slow. 5 tanks deep in that 7 light glow. Every bubble, every thrill, that's my world. My, whoa, Betta Bungalow build.
Like I mentioned earlier, Hygger was nice enough to send us out one of these for free, and then I went ahead and bought the other 4. So thank you, Hygger, appreciate you sending that out. It's a pretty basic, pretty standard light. Like I said, it's about $29.99, and then if you use the link in the description down below, you can save 10% off it, plus earn extra cash back. I'll be doing a full product review on this a little bit later, after I've tested a little more, make sure I can give you a full, proper, in-depth review on this product. But it comes with all this typical stuff you expect from Hygger. This is not going to be your highest end light that you can get out there, like a Chihiro's light, or even an Aquarium Co-op light. Those are a little more high end, but this is a good quality budget light. Comes with a 2-year warranty. It has the timer, power on, power off. It has like 5 brightness levels. It has like 7 different colors in the cycle color mode. You guys will see it here in just a little bit, and a 24/7 hour feature. So it's kind of nice because you don't need an external timer to get your tank set up on a good rhythm. However, I still always use Amazon smart plugs to just kind of standardize everything. But so far, we got 1 installed. We got 4 more to go. So let's keep installing these products.
Betta Bungalow build.
Bam, there you have it. The Hygger lights on top. We got the other submersible lights down below. Hard to see them now, which is kind of cool. All the rock. We got the rock down below. Little Greenfish Garden LLC sign, because they helped sponsor this build, with the plant holders on the back there that we're going to be putting pothos in. So now it is time to go ahead and fill these tanks up. Let's go. When I first got this desk inside my fish room as like my cash wrap, my wife didn't fully understand why I did it, but this was the plan. I was gonna be putting in the Betta Bungalow, some sort of rack system here in the front, and then we're gonna be closing in those other sides over there too, and we're gonna do like little product shelves. So it's gonna look really fire. But this turned out even better than I thought it was gonna turn out. So let's get this filled up. Let's put some pothos in the pothos holders from Greenfish Garden, and then down the road we'll be adding plants. But let's get all that set up, and then we're gonna fully check this out, and I'm gonna show you the whole build. It is time to fill these tanks up. If you guys haven't seen this before, I have a video on it. It's called the Easy Water Change Hook. It allows you to easily change water out and put water back in, but it's a hook attached to a Python hose. And oh shoot, that should not happen.
Soft chords, faint hum of air pumps in the glow. I find my peace. Whoa, oh, oh, in the glow, I find my peace.
All right, guys, it's been a long day. I've been in this fish room for over 3 hours working on this build. I had customers coming in buying stuff. I had to take breaks, sell stuff to them because, you know, that's paying for this fish room and it's allowing me to continue to expand. And I think my brain's not quite there because you just saw me make a very stupid mistake. So we all make stupid mistakes in the fish room sometimes. We just try to limit the amount of stupid ones we make. And I made 2 stupid mistakes today so far. But I had this siphon the wrong way, so it wasn't going to allow the water to go through and into my tank. I had it set up to drain water out. And that's why you heard that pop and water going flying everywhere. Let's try this again. Very carefully. Got me scared now. And there we go. Water's going in to our first tank. We're going to top all these off. Let me get you up close real quick and you can see it, how the easy water change hook works. And you can see the tank get topped off. This is super exciting. You can see the water's coming in through the siphon, up through here, up in, and topping our tank off. So we're gonna top each of these tanks. I'll put you guys on some B-roll, and once it's topped off, we're gonna start adding pothos to each of these little plant holders.
Yeah, from the rice fields to the fish rooms, it's the Betta Kingdom. Turn the lights blue, red, gold, red and gold. Let's go. Yeah, flow like fins, colors glowing bright, shining like neon through the night. Every tank's a throne, yeah, they rule it proud. Betta's the boss, standing out the crowd. No stress, no mess, just flam finesse. Every bubble's a flex, they don't settle for less. From the glass to the street.
Tanks are fully filled up now. We can see we got the sponge filters going. The tanks are a little cloudy, so we're gonna give it a second, get all that stuff, that particles I got put up in the water to go let it settle and filter through. But while that's happening, we're gonna go ahead and put some API stress coat in here. As you guys know, this is the product I absolutely love to use on all my tanks. We're doing 5 mLs for these 5-gallon tanks. This is gonna dechlorinate the water for the tanks. It's technically 5 mLs for a 10-gallon tank, but I overdo it just a little bit, especially at the start, just to make sure we have plenty of dechlorinator in there. A little more is not gonna hurt anything as long as you don't dump like a whole bottle inside a 5-gallon tank. A little extra doubling it up is totally fine. It actually even has on the instructions that you can double up if you're trying to repair a fin. So the API stress coat going in so that the tanks are dechlorinated. And there we have it. It is good to go. You can see the plant holders are doing really well. Got the pothos in right there, over here, in each one of the tanks. So gonna be fun to test them out and see how they do, but I do really like the fact that they hold on to the back of the aquarium rather than suctioning cup to the aquarium. And then there's definitely plenty of space, depending on what type of plants you put in here, to put a lot of different plants, even for a 5.5 gallon. So really like them so far. Thank you to Greenfish Gardens for sending them out. We'll do a whole product review on it, but there you can see it with pothos on each tank. Love it, super cool. Taking a quick break from the Betta Bungalow build, but we are bagging up some shrimp. So I got one of my customers coming in, picking up some shrimp, paid for 4. I went ahead and gave them 6. I always try to throw a little extra to take care of my customers and make sure if 1 or 2 dies, they're still happy, along with my 14-day guarantee. But we got blue shrimp in here, once again, paid for 6. I threw 7 in there, and then come check this out. Let me flip the camera around and show you these long fin mountain minnows. Look at these guys. These are the long fin white cloud mountain minnows. Really, really cool. The person buying them is going to be trying to breed them. Bought some from me earlier, hasn't gotten them breeding yet, so picking up some more, paid for 2, and I threw a 3rd one in there just to help out. And then if you can get them breeding, I'll be buying them back. Instead of using my wholesaler, I'll buy locally, which I always like to do. So pretty cool. Got a couple more things to bag up for them, and then I will show you guys the finished Betta Bungalow build.
Every other fish just chasing the gleam. Call them fighters, call them kings.
All right, guys, so you can see here, we're here in the fish room, and we got some people over buying some fish today, but they brought their little pig with them, little piglet. Look how cute he is. What's up, buddy? Are you doing okay? Oh, he's so cute. Super awesome. Yeah. Come here, baby boy. I love you. I love you. All right, come here. We have officially finished the Betta Bungalow build. I'm going to take you guys up close to show it off, but a couple things here. Coach Sonny, you want to say hi to the people? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Say what's up. he wanted to say hi. He's hanging out in the fish room today with me. That said, we got the Betta Bungalow build done. We're going to be adding a lot more plants to this rack. I just got a couple, and then I'm going to be working with my wholesaler. I'm going to order in tons and tons of plants, and we're going to absolutely plant these 5-gallon tanks out to where they're just like super, super planted, easy to maintain. We did take the Flue Ball 15-gallon that I had upstairs and moved it down here and replaced the Betta Cube. So I know some of you were asking on one of my last videos how the Betta Cube was doing. It did really well. It was just a temporary home for the betta fish. I drove an hour and a half to rescue because someone was moving, couldn't keep it. So I put it in that temporary home because I had a plan to build this rack. So finally the betta fish is now in a 5.5-gallon tank. So we did move this Flue Ball up here as well. And this is going to be like a display show tank. I put some neon tetras in there. We're going to put some Celestial Portanios, probably a Scarlet Batis, some nano fish that can all kind of go together in that tank, so it'll be pretty cool. But that's the main upgrades that we did today in the fish room. Had a lot of people come in and buy stuff. You guys saw the little mini pig. It was super cool, very cute little guy. They said he's only going to get about 50 to 80 pounds, I believe. So pretty small for a pig, but still pretty good size. All right, let me get you off the tripod, take you guys up close, and we'll show you guys this rack build. Got anything else for the people, Sonny? I love you. Oh, yeah. You're very cute. I love you, buddy. Here's the finished rack. Like I said, we're gonna be adding more plants in here once I put in an order with my wholesaler to get them a little bit cheaper, but I added some Java fern in each of them, and everything's still kind of settling because it's not been too long yet. It hasn't even been 24 hours. So everything's kind of still adjusting and settling. So once it does, it's gonna look way, way better. But check this out. We got Hygger lights on each of the top of the tanks. Hygger did send me out one of them for free. So shout out to Hygger, thank you. I'll be doing a product review on the product here pretty soon. Also, we did add, if you look up close here, we added some dwarf water lettuce on top to each of these tanks to help with some filtration. And then we also added pothos to each of the tanks. Okay, and you can see we have the little plant holders right here, all 5 on all the tanks, which allows us to grow pothos or other house plants out of our fish tanks. And that is thanks to Green Fish Garden LLC. So shout out to them. They are a sponsor of this build. They sent us out those plant holders, and I'll be doing a dedicated product review on them. But I can definitely say so far, love them. They hang on right on the back, work really good. So far so good. Now inside each of these tanks, we do have the mood background lighting. So we got the Hygger submersible lights. Once again, Hygger sent me one for free, and then I bought the other one on my own. And that I'll show you guys that here in a second when we turn the lights out. But that allows us to create a mood effect inside the tanks. Now, I also have a little handheld remote, and that activates the lights underneath. If I can get them on here. There we go. The lights underneath the rack so that you can actually see the rock that's up in here. Okay, so I added that in so that when people come in, they can actually see the rock, and then obviously I can just turn it off whenever I'm done. So that is the basic rack build. I'm trying to think what else. We did add 2 catappa leaves to each tank, and then you can kind of see we're adding in cholla wood, 3-inch piece of cholla wood to each tank as well, because I'm probably going to experiment with shrimp. I know bettas typically eat shrimp, but if I provide enough hides and a lot of plants, we might be able to get away with it. We did also add in some heaters, 50-watt heaters to each tank to make sure it can stay in that around 78 to 80 degree water parameters that they need. And we did pick up 2 local betta fish from a local betta breeder. So as I was selling stuff, I had people drop stuff off and kind of getting everything going. So it's gonna look a lot better. Give it another day or 2, everything's gonna look really good. And then if you come around back, you can see everything comes up and around. We got the Aquarium Co-op sponge filters, and everything comes in back through here, and I'll show you guys underneath. It looks terrible right now. We will make it look a little bit better, but you can see we got battery backup, air pumps back here, lights, you name it, we got it connected up. So we got all this set up and wired, and then we did, like I said, move this Flue Ball 15-gallon tank. It was inside. I'm in the process of moving all my tanks out of my house into this fish room, this fish garage. And it was my wife's tank that had a betta, but the flow was way too powerful for the betta. He couldn't swim very well. So moved it outside. We now have it in here, and we put some neons in there. Let me see if I can show you. And I'm gonna be putting Celestial Portanios, probably a Scarlet Batis, and all that up in here. But it's gonna be a nano community tank. So it'll be pretty cool. I do really like the flue ball tanks. These flue ball flexes are pretty awesome. Oh, look at him. He's enjoying looking around and exploring. You having fun there, Pookie? We got the pond build still going. We also have the self-sustaining beta bowl doing okay. And I don't know if you watched it yet, but there's like 5 fish room essentials that I think are a must. And that's my fly trap, and it's actually collecting a bunch of stuff as well. So there you guys have it. This is the Betta Bungalows. Let's turn the lights off and I'll do some B-roll and you guys will see what it looks like when it's dark.
Looking like a crown when the fins go swing. Blue, red, gold, let the color flex. Better fish, yeah, they pass the water pets. Better than the rest, yeah, they rule the tank. Looking like a crown when the fins go swing. Blue, red, gold, let the colors flex. Better fish, yeah, they pass the water pets. 5 tanks deep, got a bungalow glow. 7 colors flashing like a water show. Floating leaves, soft lights, every vibe's just right. Tiny titan in the night, taking over the spotlight. Other fish wish they could do what they do. Mirror test flex, they looking brand new. No drama, just glamour in the water ballet. Better fish rain, that's the way they play. Underwater stars, reflections in glass. Everything.
And there you have it. The Betta Bungalow build is officially complete. All we have to do is finish off the cash wrap. We're gonna create little product shelves here on the front and then just a sidewall to close it in, make it look like a legit cash wrap. But we have officially completed it and it's fully funded by you guys, the viewers. So each and every one of you out there, thank you for watching the video. The ad revenue has helped me pay for this along with the members. We do have 2 new members I wanted to shout out in this video specifically, Falcon 11 and Joanne Walker. Both became members. One's a mid-level water squad member, which is $5 a month. They get early access to all the videos as I drop them. So in real time, as I drop videos, you get to watch them in real time. You get 10% off my website, special member and Facebook group. And then there's the Nano Bubbler, which is what Falcon 11 signed up for. And that gets you access to my members only live streams, just like the mid-level water squad. And you get the members only Facebook and Discord groups. So thank you for everyone who's a part of this membership wall. Each and every one of you have made this build possible, and everyone watching this video, you guys made it possible as well. Really appreciate it. Also, 2 special shout outs. As I mentioned earlier, thank you to Green Fish Garden for helping with all the plants holders on the back for the pothos. Thank you for sending those out and sponsoring the rack build, and also Hygger. Also, if you guys don't know, we love 10-gallon fish tanks, right? You guys can see all my racks here. One of my subscribers gave me these 10-gallon tanks. I got those, we got those. That's Guppy Nation. We got Zion, my ball python. And then we have the big rack that has 21 10-gallon tanks, 240 top-off tanks up there. So if you guys love 10-gallon tanks, this is the channel for you. Welcome. Appreciate you guys watching. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment what your favorite rack is. Is the 84-inch rack, the Betta Bungalows, and once again, one of our subscribers named that. Is it Guppy Nation? And what do you guys want to see me bring on the channel next? I'm thinking I might do some rice fish. That was one of my other plans, and we got plans for much, much more. As always, don't forget, if you like this merch, 10-gallon fish tanks, I got hats on there, I got t-shirts, and then I got fish, shrimp, and plants that I can ship anywhere in the US besides Hawaii and Alaska, along with food and other little things on there as well. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you're having a great week. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
What's up, yo?
Buddy.
Need some fish, bro? Then you gotta go to the 10-gallon fish, bro. 10-gallon, yeah. Fish tanks, yeah. 10-gallon, yeah. Fish tanks. All day, all day, all day long. Shrimp, blue shrimp, yellow shrimp too. Green shrimp, orange shrimp, and a snowball zoo. We got fish, y'all. We got fish, dog. We got it all. Tuxedo koi, guppy, white cloud, minnow, long fin, white cloud, pygmy corridora, panda cory, stir by cory, albino cory, coolie loach, green cuba, tyrus boris, celestial pearl, danio, emerald dwarfers bora, pea puffer, clown, killie, sparkling goat or me.